What's up, guys? Welcome back to Let's Play Ratchet and Clank HD. So, we are now moving on to uncharted territory on Veldin here. This is the crash site where Clank landed right at the beginning of the game. So everywhere from here on after is brand new. The game interrupted us and ended the level when we came through here to pick up Clank at the beginning. So this area was loaded in, but you couldn't actually access at the first part of the game there. So the next couple sections of this level are going to be using all the gadgets we've accumulated throughout the game, including obviously the Trespasser right now is what we're going to be using. And then we're using the Hydro Displacer pretty soon here. These Trespasser puzzles are getting to be quite difficult to figure out. By difficult, I just mean time-consuming. They're really not all that hard compared to the puzzles we get later in the series because there's no penalty for failure. It's just trial and error until you figure it out. So there's no real skill or timing to it or anything like that. So in Going Commando, they changed these puzzles quite a bit to make them a lot more challenging because you had a time limit and, you know, the pattern wasn't always consistent and stuff like that. So we're going to take the Magna Boots up here. I guess that's another gadget then. Yeah, they're just making sure they use all the features that the game had before the end of the game here. Gave us a nice view of the new Blarg planet up there, which hopefully we'll be getting rid of pretty soon here if everything goes our way. This is the first place we can stock up on ammo. Probably this level has already handed you your ass, so you're definitely going to want to stock up on rockets and everything like that now. I don't care about my bolts right now because obviously I'm not going to care until we get to New Game Plus, which, again, this game doesn't have much of a New Game Plus. We'll get to that when we get to that, but I would definitely want to be stocked up on ammo, that's for sure. So we're going to go ahead and use the Hydro Displacer here again. Drain this pool so we can go ahead and use the slam power for the ground pound maneuver for the thruster pack to open the door. We could actually raise the water back up there and still get up here, but you don't want to do that because you're going to need this water for later on. Yeah, that's another power they didn't really take full advantage of, is that ground pound thing with the thruster pack. It's just not used very much. We'll use it more in this level, but other than that, it's a very underutilized feature, so they took it out in the future games. Got some more of the Blarg Elite guards here, and I just shot the wall with the Devastator. Luckily we don't take splash damage from our own weapons in this game. There's another one of those missile tanks, which I don't think that we will get within range of him. They usually don't aggro until you're pretty close to them, so I think we can get a good few hits in on this guy. Yeah, it only takes 2 hits to destroy it, and it doesn't leave the tank behind when you destroy the turret on top. But then again, I didn't really use the Devastator on the bomb turrets from Battaglia anyway. Even though I could have, I just figured, you know, these guys are not super dangerous. Why don't I use some different tactics here? Some very narrow platforms here as we're trying to get across here. You could suck up more of these toad guys with the suck cannon if you wished, but really we're not going to be able to hit any enemies with the projectiles anyway, so you may just want to stick to the Devastator, and then if you're at close range, the Tesla Claw, obviously. I really can't emphasize just how powerful the Tesla Claw is. It can one-shot most small enemies in the game, or small to medium enemies. There's a force field here, and there's a toad on the other side. I wonder what we can do with this. Let's go ahead and bring out the Taunter. This is one of the more interesting gold bolts to try to get to in the game, and we're going to be obviously going out of our way to get it. I may want to, if I didn't already, I may want to readjust my quick select because I think I need to take the hollow guys off of there and put the swing shot back on, because obviously the hollow guys has pretty much extinguished its purpose. The only need for it was the to get through those 2 levels, Core 2 and Drex Fleet, and now we don't need it anymore. So using the Taunter, we can lure this toad enemy over to the switch and deactivate it, and there before we can go get the gold bolt. That kind of tripped me up the first time I played the game. I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? And then I remembered the Taunter, which, again, is not mandatory that you have. It's the only way to get to this thing, so that's one of the few gold bolts in the game where it's mandatory for you to have a particular weapon as opposed to a particular gadget. Because some of the weapons in the game are just given to you. You just find them sort of in the wild, like the suck cannon and the morph array. But the Taunter you had to buy, so you didn't always have it. It's completely optional. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Blarg Elite Guards can target you at a further distance than any other enemy in the game. And it definitely shows. It's what makes him so dangerous. But luckily the dropships do not target us as nearly at far range. They would actually make things a lot... I would actually like that, actually. If he was targeting us all the way from here, that'd make things a lot more dangerous. Because they have such powerful projectiles. But sometimes you don't even realize they're hostile until you got closer to them. And it was like, whoa, okay, that's a lot of firepower. I want to back off from that. As we discovered on Caliber 3. Yeah, like I said, they're so powerful, in fact, that I bought the Visibomb just to deal with them. Definitely going to be trying to take cover from these guys. They looked like they were facing the other way, like their attention was gathered by something, but for the life of me, can't tell what it is. Alright, I think we can get these guys with the Mine Glove combo, assuming they don't shoot the mines. Alright. Not bad. If that didn't work, I would just use the Tesla Claw. Alright, so that dropship just flew overhead there, is going to set up right over there. And it's going to be pretty difficult to take it out unless we use the Visibomb, because when we get in range over here where those troopers were, by the time we get that close, it's going to start taking aim at us. So we might as well just go ahead and use the Visibomb and take it out. We can hold 20 rounds in this thing. We probably actually could get through the entire game, or entire rest of the game, without having to buy more ammo for it. I just like to be overly cautious and make sure my ammo is maxed out even if I don't need it. But like I said, I will really not be able to use the Visibomb against the final battle against Drek. Which is kind of unfortunate because it is so powerful. I may be able to get one rogue shot out there at the risk of sacrificing some of my health for it, because I will obviously get hit. Okay, there we go. I went ahead and got the swing shot back on my quick select there. I was thinking for too long when I was actually thinking, oh, look at that slowdown. That's awfully rare. This is supposed to be the HD collection running at 60 frames per second. What the heck was that? I think it's just this particular area with all the enemies loaded on screen, and then the force field in front of us for some reason causes a slight lag and a dip in frame rates. But that's fine. I mean, the game overall runs fine. Even the original version on the PS2 never really had many lag issues or anything like that. Alright, let's see if we can't... There we go. I want to say there might be like one more Trespasser puzzle thing before the end of the game. Like, that might be the second to last one. Veldin does have some really cool scenery, and this place would be nice to see during the day. But heck, even when it was brighter out, the first time we went through this level, at the beginning of the game, you could still see space during the, I guess what you could say, the day. So maybe this planet just has a very thin atmosphere. But Ratchet is, for all intents and purposes, a mammal, so he's able to survive here. It can't be too bad, at least. One more of these guys, then I'll have to take out this last dropship again. I'm not getting a lock on it. There we go. Oh, still alive. I underestimated that heavily. There we go. Alright, looks like we're getting close. I see parts of the deplanetizer now. Like I said before, this is the only Ratchet and Clank game that, as far as I know, punishes you for not having certain weapons. Oh, Lord. That's bad. That's a lot of enemies. Doesn't look like they know we're here yet. We're going to need some serious firepower to take these things on. I wonder what we're going to do about it. This is the final Hydro Displacer puzzle in the game. So that water we picked up from earlier, we're going to need to deploy it now over here. So, again, make sure you didn't put it back, or else you wouldn't be able to get this far. You have to go back and drain it again, if the game even allows you to do that. I haven't done it in so long, I'm not sure. Now let's see what we can do against these guys.